Hey,
Hey,
2, 3,
5.
4.
we're back.
Back. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to our Sunday night offering of astronomy edutainment, the Sunday Night Astronomy Show.
Yay!
Here we go. All right, my name is Chris Kerwin. I'm the creator of the social media channels known as Astronomy by the Bay. Also an amateur astronomer and a member of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. Yay!
Hey.
Very pleased to welcome back my two regular co-hosts here this evening, Mr. Paul Owen from the Moon Shadow Observatory in beautiful Hampton. Paul, good evening.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
Hey. And my other co-host here, Mr. Mike Powell from the PFO Observatory here in St. John. Mike.
Hey, it hasn't sunk yet.
And we'd like to welcome all of you tonight that are joining us from YouTube and Facebook land, and all of those who are joining us from the local Rogers TV network. Thank you for your support. So on tonight's episode of the Sunday Night Astronomy Show, now with the changing of seasons comes a change in the constellations displayed in our night sky. Each of them holds a key to countless treasures, and each month we invite you to join us on a journey to explore one of them with our resident expert, Mr. Curt Nason. Curt will be our guest this evening as we learn about the myths surrounding the constellation of Draco, the dragon, and some of the hidden treasures within its borders. Welcome, Curt. Welcome back.
Hello.
Wave. All right, and we'll also have another Bino Bud target to explore tonight. Paul will be bringing us another amazing Rosanna's Fun Facts episode, and I'll be finally drawing for all the prizes in my children's contest.
Hey. No.
Look at this. Look at that.
Whoa.
I'm going to be a new astronomer.
Yes.
Look at this. Yeah, so
Very
there it
nice.
is. It's the Sky Assist 102.
102.
I can't take my back room off because my room's a mess right now, but that's what it is. This is Sky Assist 102 National Geographic telescope. Costco purchased, brand new. So someone's going to be a new astronomer tonight. Yay.
Yes.
All right. So with all of that, we're going to get started with our special guest, Curt Nason. Remember, too, if you have any questions, just post them here on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll try to answer them as best we can.
Well, before we get into the talk on whatever Curt's going to talk about, we hadn't talked to Curt about how his experience was with the eclipse.
Right.
I saw it.
Okay, Nick, you can do your talk now. No, seriously, how was it? Because I had, to be honest, I didn't know if this was your first eclipse, total eclipse as well.
Yeah, well, I don't like to travel that much. Actually, I thought I saw one on TV. Well, I did see one on TV in 1963. And I thought it was total outside, but it turns out it wasn't. But where I saw it as a total on TV, I was wrong for about 40 years. Yeah. So this is probably the last one I see as well, unless they eat really well. Another 55 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So was it as awe-inspiring as you thought it might be?
Oh, once you really don't know exactly what to expect, but once that shadow hits, it's an unforgettable experience.
Yeah.
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 And you hear that voice in your ear from Curt. Watch the eclipse.
Yeah. That's right.
That-
Yeah.
it's definitely there.
Put your cameras down.
And certainly, I didn't take my Polaroid, so
In fact, Curt,
Your Polaroid.
Mike and I were beside each other, capturing it, and then Mike said, "Now remember what Curt said. Put that camera down." So you were part of our experience as well. So
Definitely will. Definitely so.
What an experience it was, eh?
yeah,
Yeah,
indeed.
just a memory now, but a good memory for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so let's get started then with our talk about Draco the Dragon.
Okay.
I think I've got you able to share there. Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. And this one doesn't change much, because this is a circumpolar constellation. So it's up there in our sky, well, at least from New Brunswick every night. All right, so here's Draco, the dragon. And the easiest way to find him is to look in between the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. And you look in between there, there's his tail, and the tail starts there, runs right around the Little Dipper, and makes a big turn, do a 180, and come up here. And you got 4 stars up in here that make the dragon's head. All right, so he's all twisted up, and there's a story about how he got that way. Back when long time ago, the Titans and the Olympians were having a big battle that had been lasting for about 10 years for control of the Earth. And most of the Titans are giants and monsters. And one of them was a dragon. And in this particular battle, I think Pan and Athena get together. And Pan got in front of the dragon, made some funny faces at him to distract the dragon. And while that was going on, Athena went in behind him, grabbed the dragon by the tail, picked it up, and swung it around like that. Not only was she wise, she was strong. Swung him around like that, they threw him up into the sky. So the dragon went flying up like that, twisting all around. Then he landed into the northern sky, right on the sky dome. And being in the north there, he froze in position like that. So he never got untwisted on his way up. So that's why we see him looking like that. Now, in around here, we've got, besides the 2 dippers, we've got Cepheus in here. There's, I think that's pronounced Cygnus, Paul. Yeah, I believe it is. Over here is Hercules. Now, there's a bit of a relation here because Hercules, you might relate the dragon here to the Hydra. Hercules is second labor, but we do have the Hydra in the sky elsewhere. So we go with that one. But on his 11th labor, he had to get the golden apples in the Hebrides. Now, these were a present from Gaia to Hera when she married Zeus. And so they were stored there, kept there in the Hebrides. And so Hercules had to get them. Now, the 2 stories there, one that was that he didn't know how to find them, but only Atlas knew how to get there. And Atlas was actually the father of the 3 ladies there in the Hebrides. So Hercules went to him, and Hercules held up the sky for Atlas while Atlas went and got the apples. And when he brought him back, Atlas didn't want to have that big weight on his shoulders anymore, so he was going to just take off. But Hercules convinced him, just hold it here for 1 more second so I get a pad to put on my shoulder. And so when Atlas agreed to that, Hercules grabbed the apples and took off and left Atlas with holding up the world again. So that's one of them. Another part of that story, though, is that actually Hercules did go to the Hebrides, and he had to kill that. They were being watched by a dragon that never slept. And so he slew the dragon, got the apples, and took them back. And then the apples eventually went off. They were given to Athena, and then she gave them back to Hera and went back to the Hebrides where they're being stored again. The golden apples might actually have been pears. And so there's 2 stories from mythology that relate to the dragon. I didn't see anything from particularly any other areas, although dragons are a major source of lore and things like that in the Orient. And there might be a little bit on that later. All right, so we've got in here, I just noticed that when I did this yesterday, I didn't take the meteor showers out, but I left it in because tonight is the peak, well, tomorrow morning is the peak of the Lyrid meteor shower. Despite the bright moon out there, it might be worthwhile going out about 4 o'clock in the morning and see if you can pick some of them up. Now here in the face of the dragon, you got two of the brightest stars in here. We have Altanin here, which is magnitude 2.2, and Rastaban is 2.8. Now Altanin has a famous story from history. Back in the 1730s, James Bradley, a Scottish astronomer, he was trying to determine the parallax of that star. It actually be over 100 years before they actually were able to do a reasonably accurate parallax measurement, which would give them approximate distance to the stars. But what he did find out by studying that star, he discovered the aberration of starlight. Now, what I mean by that is Earth goes around the sun, it's moving at a very good clip, about 30 kilometers per second. So starlight will be coming not straight toward us, but more of an angle. And analogy of that, you're driving in a car through a rainstorm, right? Raindrops are falling straight down, but for us in the car, it looks like they're moving toward us a bit. So the same thing with this, as the Earth is moving along, maybe through the shower of starlight, it looks like the light from the star will be coming at an angle toward us. And over the run of the year, Earth's going at different speeds in different directions, and makes the direction of all the stars change just a little bit over the years. It could be up to about 20 arc seconds. So that's a story behind that one. And the name for Altanin means Eye of the Dragon. Sounds like a song or a movie. Now, Rastaban here, his name means Eye of the Serpent. And a lot of earlier constellations of Draco maybe had it as a snake, especially where it had that serpentine motion in there. And there's a third star in here that's quite famous, and this one right here. Actually, it's the Alpha star. This is Thuban. Now, you see where Thuban is? It's pretty far away from the North Pole, but about almost 5,000 years ago, about 4,800 years ago. Here's Thuban here, almost exactly at 90 degrees declination. And so that was the North Star for a long time. It was during this period that they were building the pyramids. And of course, they built the entrance to the pyramids facing north, so they would be facing that star Thuban. And also have a star in here, Edisich, which we'll see as we try see where a few of the deep sky objects are here. All right. So if you're doing the BRASC Explore the Universe program, it's a great one. You don't need to be a member of BRASC to do it, but there are 110 objects in there in about 6 different categories, and you need to get at least half of each ones in those categories. Constellations is one, bright stars is another one. One of them is double stars, and 2 of those 10 are in Draco here. So the first one, here's the face. Now here's New Draconis, and it's a common name is Kuma, K-U-M-A. This is my favorite double star. You pick it up in binoculars, and this is what it looks like here. Looking at it, looks like cat's eyes or maybe distant headlights coming toward you. And so it's the faintest of the 4 stars here in the head. But even from my backyard, it's a naked eye star, 3.8 magnitude. Now the other pair is 16 and 17. And this is what they look like. Just maybe a little bit farther apart than the New Draconis. But they're going to be a little bit dimmer, but still within binocular range. So you take, go here from Altanin to Rastaban and extend it out about 1.5 times that distance. It runs you into 16 and 17 there. All right, a couple of asterisms we pick up, and you've probably seen this before if you're a regular viewer on Bino Bud, and they might show up later on this year. So the head of Draco in here, that's also called the lozenge. Wouldn't want to swallow that one. The other one, move all the way around here, right up into here. We have Kemble 2. Now, Kemble sounds familiar to you. That's from Father Lucien Kemble, who's a Canadian out in the Western provinces. And yes, he's the one that made Sky and Telescope aware of the Kemble's Cascade they had seen. And Walter Houston named it Kemble's Cascade in his honor. But he also has another one in catalog, Kemble 2, which is the Mini Cassiopeia. So you can pick out where it is here. You just come from the head, make the big turn here, just come up around the corner, and it's just off this one of beside this star of Alahakam. And it looks like this. 5 stars in there with a couple of ones nearby, but it makes a pretty good representation of Cassiopeia in there. And they're within view of binoculars, particularly larger binoculars. They run from 6.8 magnitude to 8.5, those 5 stars in there. Now, deep sky objects. Messier 102, same numbers that's on that telescope box. No relation. So M102 has a bit of a history to it. Just before Messier put out his catalog in the 1780s, this one was discovered maybe the day before it got published by Méchain, and he gave a description of where to find it to Messier, and Messier would maybe go check it out before he put it in the catalog. But he made a mistake in there, and it could be that he mistook Greek letter for a nearby constellation and thought it was Omicron, maybe it was Theta, which is much closer. But he gave 2 stars, one way down there and one up closer into here, and one in Draco, and they're about 40 degrees apart. So there's a good chance he made a mistake in that. And so when Messier looked at it, he might have made a mistake too. I think he wound up putting it somewhere over in here. Now, Méchain had said there's a 6 magnitude star nearby it. And then after the catalog came out, the Messier catalog, Méchain went and checked things out again, check out on M102, and he thought again that he actually looked at M101. So he thought it was the same as M101. So it stayed that way for a while. Then years and years later, people get checking out, looking at their comments and their log books, things like that, and come up with different things where it should be. And it seems like it should be this one here, which is NGC 5866. There is a 6 magnitude star nearby there. And this one matches the description of what Méchain saw. And it's not too far that maybe when Messier did it, he might have been off about 20 arc minutes and maybe the right ascension value that he put down for it. So generally, 5866 is taken to be M102. And it's called the Spindle Galaxy. You can see it here. One of those nice edge-on galaxies. They tend to be easier to pick out when they're like that. They have a pretty good surface brightness there. And not too far from it is this one here. This is one of 3 of the finest NGC objects in the RASC handbook. They were made by Alan Dyer. And there are 3 of them here in Draco. And the first one, which is our finest NGC 9-8. I can't see the top there. I try to change that a bit.
87.
87. Okay, there we go. 87. It's NGC 5906-5907. So it's a galaxy with 2 NGCs numbers to it. The reason for that is Herschel was the first one to see it back in the 1780s or 90s, but he just saw the western half of it, which is the brighter half. Right? And then in the 1830s, another one saw it. He was a bigger telescope, better telescope maybe, and he could see the more dim eastern half of it. So when they made the NGC catalog, they have it so the NGC numbers increase as you go eastward. So where the fainter part of that is east, and we got the first number, 5906, and 5907 is the western half of it. So 9.3 magnitude. You can pick it up in binoculars, maybe with big binoculars from a dark sky area. I've seen all the Messier objects with binoculars. A lot of them took some extra time to look or different tries, and a lot of them just look like a tiny smudge, but you can pick them up. And it's fairly good size there, 12 by 12 or 12 by 2. And it's called the Splinter Galaxy. It looks a lot like the spindle. Common name there too. All right, so we've got that one. Now, finest NGC 88, the Lost in Space Galaxy. Warning, warning, danger, danger, Mr. Smith. You remember that show from the 60s? Right, this NGC 6503. So here's a star in the head of Draco, and you come along the big turn here, come up around halfway back here, and you've got a galaxy right in between these two stars here, not quite half the way. And that's NGC 6503, and it's about 7 by 2 arc minutes and magnitude 10.2, a little tougher to pick out. Right, and here's what you might see, say with a small telescope, if you're doing imaging and much better, you might get something like that. And the final one, finest NGC 89, the famous Cat's Eye Nebula, which is not too very far away from FNGC 88. As you can see here, there's the galaxy, there's the Cat's Eye Nebula, and this is a telluride. The telluride circles, and so from here to here, that's 2 degrees. So if you're on that one, you're only 2 degrees away from the Cat's Eye. It's magnitude 8.1, pretty good size, 18 arc seconds. Typically, that's the size of the orb or the planet of Saturn without the rings. It's a 6543. And you've seen a lot of beautiful pictures like that. It's a planetary nebula. You look at somewhat down the tube, but you can see all the different puff-offs that the star had made over the years. Some of those circles are puffing gas out. And one last thing that is not exactly in Draco, but it's somewhat related by name. All right, now we're all familiar with this maybe from the last few weeks. So here's the sun going along the ecliptic and the moon up here. And this is the ascending node here. We have the descending node on the other side. So within this period here, we can have a total eclipse of the sun or moon. And in here, we can have a total eclipse. This is about a 5-week period here. It's about a 12-day period in here. Right now, years ago, in distant lands, particularly in the Orient, all right, looking at the sun and the moon, things like that, but every now and then, something would happen to the sun or the moon. It would start to disappear. And we know these are caused by eclipses, and maybe they knew this like 4,000 or 5,000 years ago in areas like Babylonia. But in some areas, they thought it was a dragon eating the sun. Right, so dragon, from that, there's the Latin name of Draco. Right, so here's the nodes here. Now these nodes precess, and they move in this direction about move forward about 19 degrees or 19 days ahead. Right? So that's precessing that way. So to go from the moon, to go from say the ascending node all the way around in orbit, come back to the ascending node again, that's one draconic month. That's where it comes from the thoughts that dragons were there eating the sun. Fascinating piece of history. And that's all I've got to say about that.
So,
Was it like hot peppers? Was it hot food for the dragon?
Of course it is.
so Curt, the ecliptic and the eclipse, I know they're two different things, but they have connection.
That's where the word ecliptic comes from.
So, so that simply, and the reason it does is because if you have an eclipse, it has to happen on the ecliptic line, correct?
Right, or very close to it.
Yeah.
The sun and the moon are about half a degree wide. So that for them to make even a partial eclipse, they've got to be that close together.
Yeah.
So we had a partial eclipse first, lunar eclipse, and then we had a total solar eclipse. And what's
Right.
coming up in next March is a total lunar eclipse and a partial solar eclipse.
And a very good partial at that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
at sunrise. So, I mean, that's the same thing. It's not, it's still passing by the node that you call the node, right? But it's not
Right.
quite lined up with it exactly. That's why it's,
Yeah, it's just outside that 12-degree area there. But the solar eclipse is going to be fairly close to that because we got a deep eclipse. It's not going to be total, but it's just outside of that one. So the closer it is to that, the closer the moon is to that 12-day period the sun and the moon are. When the moon crosses the ecliptic, the closer they are to that 12-degree line in between there, the the more deeper the partial eclipse is going to be. I
Okay.
think the next one next spring is a magnitude of 80 or 0.8. So about 80% of the diameter of the sun will be covered.
Okay, yeah, right. The eclipse that's coming up in September, or is it October? There's a penumbral eclipse coming first, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And then the annular eclipse in South America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're always fall 2 weeks apart, but they're not always exactly 2 weeks, are they? Like, I think the 14th is the lunar eclipse and the 29th is the solar eclipse next year.
Yeah, we get different, well, depending where you are too, because you have different time scales there. Plus, there are different number of days in months, things like that.
Right. Okay.
From spring to autumn, it's actually about a week longer than autumn to spring, because we've got perihelion in the middle, so Earth is moving faster.
Right.
We have
Exactly.
more summer days than winter.
Yay.
At least
Hey.
in the north.
Brian's asking, hello, was watching, no, sorry, not Brian, no, it wasn't not that comment. Hello, watching Armageddon, Bruce Willis movie, almost forgot to turn you guys on, okay.
Now we're turned on.
Yeah. The late Sir Patrick Moore loved doing drawings rather than photos in many of his astronomy books.
Oh, that's funny.
Watching many of his old BBC episodes, The Sky by Night, one of them. David Hunter says, why don't people use the drawings of constellations by H.A. Ray, which are much more memorable and meaningful?
I prefer the traditional ones to H.A. Rays as well. Sky and Telescope had used them. I think they still do. Are there, but they're supposed to be redesign them to make them maybe fit more. But I've always been used to looking at the old ones from centuries ago, so I prefer them. But some places do use rays.
So what's the difference, Curt?
Well, let's see. Hercules is a lot different. The head's on the other end. So
Okay.
He's actually leaning over the dragon with the club raised up. So
Okay.
where the say Hercules has his foot on Draco with the normal constellations, but with them other ones, with the HRA ones, he's got this club held up in his hand, ready to bump the dinosaur or the dragon on the head.
Okay. Which is probably a better thing for Hercules.
I don't think so.
Not so good for Draco.
Yeah. If you don't know, H.A. Ray and mainly his wife were the authors of the Curious George stories.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. His wife did most of it, but he did some.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Curt.
You're welcome.
I'll be back next month for another one.
Okay, I'll wait. Can I have breakfast?
How about we go from that to Vinyl Bud next?
Vinyl Bud. If I get the right screen. Alrighty. Binocular target of the week this week by Vinyl Bud is, oh no, we're gonna hit M13. Ah, crap. Anyway, they shouldn't put it on the big screen in front of you like that. Messier 13, also designated NGC 6205, is sometimes called the Great Hercules Cluster. It is a globular cluster of several thousand stars in the constellation of Hercules. We've been talking a lot about him tonight. Although only telescopes with great light gathering capability will fully resolve the stars in the cluster, M13 may be visible to the naked eye, depending on the circumstances, but it is very visible in a pair of binoculars. So, and that's what we're all about, Vinyl Bud. So how do I find it in the sky? Well, she's coming around. Spring is on the rise. So if you went outside tonight at 2300 hours when it's actually now dark and oriented yourself 75 degrees east-northeast and looked up, you're going to find that beautiful keystone of Hercules. You might even look up, see the head of Draco, and just move a little bit to the right, and you're going to find that keystone in Hercules. The two furthest stars away from what I call Vega, you draw a line, and M13 is about 2/3 of the way down. Trust me, you'll find it. It's got a bright globular cluster, and for some reason, there always seems to be a bright star on either side of it. So again, you look at that far side of what I call the keystone, Look at this line about 2/3 of the way across, and you're going to find M13. Now, what does it look like? Man, it's a beautiful cluster. And like I said, every time I see a globular cluster, for some reason, there's a bright star on either side of it. It comes in triplets. I don't know why, but it is an awesome target to look at. In 10 by 50 binoculars, it may look small, but once you put those two stars out and see that smudgy spot in the middle, you'll know that you're on the globular cluster. Compared to the full moon, well, with the two stars on either side, it's probably the same diameter as the full moon. So it's an easy target to see. And here comes a bad one. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. And that's Binocular Target of the Week by Bino Bud.
Oh,
No.
it's almost like you and Paul should be sharing these, eh?
Oh, man.
What do you think writes them?
Oh, boy.
Keep looking, Mike, for better ones, if you don't mind. No comment, Curt? Can't believe you're not saying anything.
That's right up his alley for humor, the dry humor, Curt.
He kicks me right in the groin.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is. There it is. Okay, let's go to Rosanna's fun fact next.
That
Maybe
would be unlucky.
Yeah.
there into our contest draws. I got a lot of them to draw here. So.
All right, let me get the Rosanna thing here, and let me get a shared screen. See if I can make this happen. That one there, and this is this week's
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
Hey, Rosanna, welcome back to Rosanna's Fun Fact. By the way, for you YouTubers out there, Rosanna has a whole bunch of these fun facts that she puts up and voices over herself. So if you want to go on to YouTube and look up Rosanna's Fun Fact, this one is actually Fun Fact number 15. So go there and check them out too. Rosanna has a special way to tell her story. So do that if you get a chance. Okay, so let's go and see what kind of stories Rosanna has for us this week. So did you ever play red light, green light when you were a kid? My grandkids play a game called What Time Is It, Mr. Fox? Just a sec here so I get this thing going. Whoops. There we go. So whatever time Mr. Fox shouts out, that is how many steps you have to take toward him. Watch out if he shouts lunchtime, for then Mr. Fox can run and catch you. Will you come outside and be Mr. Fox, please? Now, kids can play What Time Is It, Mr. Moon? On April the 2nd, on spacepolicyonline.com website, Marcia Smith posted, What time is it on the moon? OSTP wants to know. The White House Office of Science and Technology Policy wants to establish standards for determining what time it is elsewhere in the solar system. A White House policy issued starts with the moon, directing NASA and other government agencies to develop a lunar timing standard it calls Coordinated Lunar Time, or LTC, by the end of 2026 to support operations on and around the moon. They also are to work with the international community to make it the international size lunar standard. Size lunar is a term used to describe the area in space between the Earth and the moon. Now, missions used the time zone on wherever the mission originated, Houston, Moscow, and so on. So you might be questioning the need to develop a lunar timing standard. OSTP Deputy Director for National Security, Steve Welby, explains the need for time standards as routine space operations move into size lunar space and beyond. And he writes, time passes differently in different parts of space. For example, time appears to pass more slowly where gravity is stronger, like near celestial bodies. And as a result, the length of a second on Earth is different to an observer under different gravitational conditions, such as on the moon. A consistent definition of time among operators in space is critical to successful space situational awareness capabilities, navigation, and communications, all which are foundational to enable interoperability across the US government and with international partners. The moon's gravitational pull is weaker than the Earth's, meaning that to the observer on Earth, a lunar clock would run faster than the one on Earth. Meaning that to our, the estimate is, just a second, I'm gonna roll my words, there we go. The estimate is that a lunar clock would gain about 56 microseconds over every 24 hours. That may not seem like much to you, but you could still miss your bus. So in case no one remembers, there was a big snafu when using both the metric and imperial systems of measurements led to the Mars orbiter disaster in 1999. Now, during the phase, the propulsion engineers at Lockheed Martin in Colorado expressed force in pounds. However, it was a standard practice to convert the metric units for space missions. Engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab assumed the conversation had been made. This navigation mishap pushed the spacecraft dangerously close to the planet's atmosphere, where it presumably burned and broke into pieces, killing the mission on a day when engineers had expected to celebrate the craft's entry into Mars orbit. Our current well-functioning Mars reconnaissance orbiter has just sent back some fabulous images. The Phoenix spotted by a high-rise against the Heimdall crater as it descends. This amazing image was captured as Phoenix came in for its landing on May 25th, 2008. The high-rise camera on Mars reconnaissance orbiter pointed at Phoenix, which is seen here against a background of a 10-kilometer diameter crater called Heimdall. The dramatic, the dramatic view makes it appear that the Phoenix is falling into the crater. But the fact Phoenix was 20 kilometers closer to high-rise than Heimdall, and it landed nowhere near that crater. The photo was taken 20 seconds after Phoenix parachute had opened. Now this image, diverse exposed surface mineralogy around the, whoops, my mail just disappeared, sorry. The colors, yeah, okay. So am I on the right part? Fetus photo was taken 20 seconds. Here we go. My mail disappeared. I just recovered it. So a preserved river, there we go, river delta in Jezero crater. Mars has imaged by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. The colors denote the presence of different types of materials formed or altered by water. And this beauty, if you want to find ice on Mars, you may just have to scratch or impact the surface. Images like this one from the high-rise camera on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter show impact craters on the Martian surface that have exposed water ice hiding beneath the regolith. The ice doesn't stick around forever, though it will gradually sublimate from solid to gas because Mars's, I guess if they could say that, low atmospheric pressure. And so in future space travel, the moon and even to Mars, it will be important to have standardization in all the systems, or we will have to make sure we set our watches so to match so this doesn't happen. Shoot, which time zone was the shuttle from? It's supposed to pick me up from. And that is this week's woo.
Rosanna's Fun Fact.
Wow, what a bunch of cool stuff, eh?
So are they planning out on every planet or just the moon? Or like when she said at the end there, was it Mars time that we're looking at as well? Or
That's a good question.
I wonder how they're going to do Groundhog Day.
I didn't know that the faux pas was from the two systems of the two imperial, whatever you call them. One
Yeah.
imperial metric.
Metric, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the only one.
Yeah.
No, it's
The
not.
famous Gimli glider was caused by the same thing.
Oh, really?
Imperial to metric, yeah.
Yeah.
They thought they filled the plane with Imperial when they filled it with metric. So it was less.
Isn't that something?
Hmm.
Anyway, it's interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. So thank you very much, Rosanna.
That's cool.
Another absolutely wonderful fun fact from Rosanna.
We'll run into that on other worlds when we get out to the other worlds. So I won't be worrying about it too much, but maybe somebody will. Okay. Thank you, Rosanna. Awesome information there. Okay. Let's try to get into some contest draws because I got a pile of them here to do. And I have a little jar and a big jar. Hey, my salad bowls are back. Hey. Don't tell her I use these because then she'll, whatever. So the small one is actually for the telescope and a meteorite that I'll be drawing for. And the bigger one is for all the other entries from the 6 to 10-year-olds. I had 212 entries from 6 to 10-year-old and 27 entries from the 11 to 14-year-olds. So I'm not going to draw for a prize for each one, not just because I don't have enough time, but I don't have enough money. But we're going to go with some prizes anyway for the 6 to 10-year-olds and 11 to 14-year-olds. And I do want to mention that we do have these two prizes as well from Charlie Gautreau with our special thanks from Fireball Meteorites, who offered in two beautiful meteorites. These are $100 value each. And in the box is a nice little congratulations sticker. And inside that is an actual feldspar meteorite breccia. Get it in the shot there. There it is. And he's got a nice little keychain in there. There's some stickers and some other samples. So thank you, Charlie, for these. So I'm going to draw these as well for tonight. One for the category.
Do you have Charlie's email or Charlie's contact info?
It's on Facebook. He's on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't believe he has a website, but it is Fireball Meteorites.
Fireball Meteorites. And it's Charlie
Gautreau.
Charlie Gautreau.
Udreau. Yep.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna make some draws now for the 6 to 10-year-olds. And what have I got for them? Well, I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Eight.
He gets confused past 4 for some reason.
You can't, it's hard to see those things.
I can't take off my background.
Still unpacking.
I'm in the middle of moving and I'm not taking off a background shot. So I'm sorry. Anyway, so here they are.
205 pieces.
205 piece space puzzles.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and there's a little booklet inside them as well. Talks a little bit about space. Nice little carry handle if you want to take it somewhere. Here we go. Okay.
There it is.
So I've got 8 of these to give away right now.
Oh, sweet.
So let's do these up first. And as I draw them, I'll stick a tag in each one. And first of all, before I draw any draws at all prizes must be picked up in St. John or have arrangements to be picked up in St. John. And if the prizes are not claimed by next Sunday evening, then they will be just collected and used in the next draw. So I need to come pick up the prizes as soon as possible, and all arrangements have to be made to pick them up in St. John. There's no shipping. Okay, so 8 of these 205 piece space puzzles to go right now. Let's do the draw, guys. Now the problem is the jar is so full that I got no way to shake it.
Hey, Phil.
I'm gonna have to stir it up. Yeah, sorry. Darn full. Gosh darn it. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Have to mix them up. And we'll do our draws for all 8 of these first, the space puzzles. And I gotta
Wow, that's a lot of names.
So now the other thing is to keep with privacy concerns, the children's names are just the first name on them. Now there are maybe 5 Evas or Emmas. And if there's an Emma in there, there's a letter after the name or the name of the person who put their name in. So but I do know who they relate to, and I've got them all recorded too, so I'll know who to contact afterwards. So, let me get a piece of paper here. As I go, I want to be able to write these down. Ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
I'll do the first draft. Here we go. So the first space puzzle is going to go to
Me.
Sia. Sia.
Yeah, yay.
That was
Okay.
close.
Okay. Space puzzle number 1.
Zia.
Yeah. Okay. And Mike, you're up. Take a draw. You can even see the draw. Okay.
Yeah, grab one there. Ah,
Pass it back over. Great. Thanks.
I got a paper cut.
Second puzzle goes to Keely. So if your name is Keely or Zia and you entered the contest, you are the winner because I only have one of each of you. Okay. So Keely is the second winner. And I can always go back and review the video later for the prizes. That's 2 though. How about another one here? Kurt? Reach your hand out there. That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this one's got Mike's blood all over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure
I
it
need
is.
it
I got
back.
This one is for Fenwick.
Fenwick.
Right on.
Yay.
There it is, Fenwick.
Congratulations, Fenwick.
So again, Fenwick, one Fenwick in the list, and that's the Fenwick that wins. That's 3. Mr. Owen,
Yes, sir.
that one up there.
There you go.
Oh, great. Thank you. Okay. It's kind of stupid though, early, isn't it?
That's fun. For us.
Kind of silly. But Haley wins the next one.
Hey, yay.
Haley. So there's 4 space puzzles. We got 4 more to go.
That's fantastic.
Okay. Who didn't draw one? Mike drew one. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we all did. There's
Okay,
4 of us.
Mike's no, Mike's great.
Like,
There's another one there, Mike. Good try.
Okay.
All right. Here we go for our next one. Number 5 goes to Sadie.
Sadie.
Hey, Sadie.
Sadie.
All right, Sadie, congratulations.
Okay. And that's 5 of them. Let's go for number 6. Bert, reach out there for number 6. Oh,
I'm going to grab it first.
you got it first. Okay, whoever got it. Doesn't matter. And the next one goes to Maylee.
Hey.
Maylee.
Oh,
There it is.
maybe. All right.
6, I guess.
You know what's ironic? These names I've never seen before.
I haven't either. Fenwick,
Yeah,
Lee,
they're
Kate.
really interesting new names for our generation.
Yes.
You never seen Mike before?
Put that down. Put that
Well, I
down.
saw that one,
I'm
but
not in on this. Okay, I'll do the next one. All right, here we go. And next one is for Eva. Now, Eva's 6, so there we go. So there's a sample. So Eva's 6, and her name was put in by John. So I'll make sure that goes to the right Eva.
fantastic.
And that's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more.
One more.
Mike. Got your name. Put your name in there, Mike. Yeah.
I lost my card. It fell in.
There, actually. I don't think there was a mic in here. And
Oh, there it is. Mike P.
yeah. Theo gets the last
Oh.
space puzzle. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, that's space puzzles out of the way. Now, what else have I got? Oh, look, I got more. I get this. My amazing sticker book. Can I see it? Come on. Right about there.
Try tilting.
There it
There
is.
you go.
Hey,
There it is. There it is.
My amazing sticker book, Atlas, the World of Space.
Oh,
Nice
fantastic.
25-page or so book. Inside, there's lots of stickers to post onto your posters. There's a big poster pops out of it. Big poster at the back of it here pops out. Big solar system poster.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool. So that's my amazing sticker atlas of the world of space. Over 500 stickers, it says. Hey.
Ooh, do you have to lick those? Do you have to lick those?
I don't know if I would or not. Maybe use a sponge.
You got to get a sponge with a wet
Two
sponge.
fold-out wall maps and over 500 stickers. Okay, who's going to get this one? Whose turn is it to draw?
Kurt.
Kurt.
All right.
Another one. Read down the bottom. Oh, okay, here we go. And the amazing sticker book goes to Leah. Hey, Leah.
Yay.
Oh, sticker book for Leah. Oh, maybe it's just easy to put the sticker right in the book. There's a name in the book. There we go. Oh, what else have I got in my tickle trunk? I love giving away prizes. Okay,
Oh, right.
stop it. Okay, next up we got this glow-in-the-dark constellation book.
Oh, there it is. Just turn the lights off. We'll see it.
Just close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Just imagine that it's a glow-in-the-dark constellation book. So anyway, it gives each constellation a description of each one, and then it draws it out over here for you to take a look at it.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stargazing is fun and easy, it says, when you know where to look and what to look for. Right, Kurt?
I think I used to have that.
Did you?
Oh, no, sir.
Maybe
That
10 or
restarted?
15 years ago.
Yeah, that's where you start. Awesome. Okay, so the glow-in-the-dark constellation book guide is going to go to who? Let's take a look. Oh, there's my bottle. It's getting lower, but not by a whole lot.
No.
Mike? There's another one.
All right.
All right. And Amy says, those are great books. We tried it out and the students loved it. Awesome. Great. This one's going to Olivia. Which
Hey,
came
Olivia, congratulations.
there. Awesome. Okay. What else have we got? Oh, we got more. Hang on. How much time do we got? Oh, we still got time. I got these ones called 100 Questions About Outer Space. I think I'm going to leave. Maybe it's going to be for. Yeah, no, it can be for the younger group. I think. Yeah, we're going to do these for the younger group too. So I got two books called 100 Questions About Outer Space. And
Oh, nice.
there's 100 questions about outer space in it. Imagine. Maybe there's
Does it
not.
have the answers too?
There might even have 101. I think it does.
Yeah.
Here comes the sun. Yeah, it gives all the answers.
Ask a question, see if we know it.
Okay. Why didn't the sun go to university?
Why?
Because it already has 1,000,000 degrees. Wah, wah.
That belongs in Bino Bud.
I was going to say, I think Mike needs that book.
Yeah.
I've been trying, man. I've been trying.
Already on Amazon.
100 questions about outer space. We'll blast off and read them all. So we'll take those two books next. And I wanted to mention that all the donations here, all the prizes here have been picked up by your sponsorship of my Eclipse Glasses campaign that I was running. So that's where, so it's all been from you that have bought these prizes and allowed me to offer them back to you again. So, okay. So, who's up? Somebody pick one.
I grab one.
Okay, you go ahead. Thanks, Paul. All right, who's going to get the first 100 questions book? Go to their space. It's going to Mason. Hey, Mason.
Yay, Nason.
It looks like a Nason.
I was going to say, that's Nason.
Yeah, almost the same, but
Is
not
that
quite.
Nason
Sorry.
with a C?
Go there, Brick.
Nason, if you rearrange the letters, but no, sorry, it's Mason.
Nice try, Kurt. Nice try.
And the second one, we're going to do one more. Mike, take it out.
Let
Mike?
Kurt pick one.
Oh, okay.
That's almost a Mason.
That was one that he passed to there a minute ago.
I know.
Oh, wasn't
He spelled his name wrong again.
This was going to Madison.
Yay,
He
Madison.
said, yay.
There's a couple of Madisons, so this one's from Lisa, who submitted it for her. So Madison, away we go. What else have I got? I'm gonna go to one more prize for the 6 to 10 year olds, and that's one of these fireball meteorites,
All
which
right.
is actually a lunar breccia. So it's a sample of the moon. And it comes in a really nice kit. So he's got this is from Charlie Gautreau of Fireball Meteorites. You can find him on Facebook. There's a sample of lunar breccia here. Nice piece of the moon. Let me get it around here for you. Here it is.
Really nice, eh?
Oh, meteorite swag box.
Yeah, it's got a swag box. So there's nice keychain in there. There's some stickers in there.
Yes,
He's got
sir.
a couple of other samples as well. This is a $100 value prize. So I want to thank Charlie very much for his donation to the contest. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
And don't forget to visit Charlie at Fireball Meteorites if you want to have your own meteorites. That's if you don't win. If you do win, that's fine. Okay, so Fireball Meteorites, unique, one of a kind collectibles, he calls it. So perfect. Okay, so let's take a draw for that one for the 6 to 10 year olds.
Yes. And if you don't win this one, you might be able to go out tonight and find one somewhere.
Yeah, I dropped a couple there.
With no, I mean the Lyrids.
Oh, you wait a while and get into the older age group. There's another one.
I'll go. I'll draw this one. Contest takes long enough, you might be able to get into the other draw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, and this one's going to Zoe. Hey, Zoe.
Wait.
All right, Zoe.
Okay, so that's all the prizes I got for the 6 to 10 year olds. I guess that wasn't bad. And I will be in touch with everybody there who's won a prize, whoever entered it for them, and find out when we can meet to pass out the prizes. I'm going to put this bowl over here. There's another bowl here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Over here. Okay. And now we're going to draw for a few other prizes I got left here, which is a smaller bowl.
Older category.
27 entries in here for the 11 to 14 year olds. So for the 11 to 14 year olds, the first thing we're going to do is draw for the other meteorite. Again from Charlie, another $100 prize. Let's open this up. Okay. Who's going to get the meteorite? Oh, drop one. Mike, got it?
Yep.
Okay, who's getting the meteorite? It's going to be Bridget.
Hey, congratulations, Bridget.
All right, Bridget.
You got your own little piece of the moon. That's
There you
cool.
go.
Yes.
I got a rock.
Have a rock without even going there. Okay, and I got two more books for the older ones as well. This is called Super Cool Space Facts. And this is Super Cool Space Facts. So there's a whole lot of information here about
Give us,
rockets.
give us a fact.
Huh?
Give us a fact.
Yeah, give us a fact.
Knock, knock, who's there?
Well, we don't know.
I owe you $5. Okay. Io, you know Jupiter Io? Jupiter's Io?
I owe who?
Wow.
I owe you $5. That's pretty good.
So what do you call a sandwich made of graham crackers, marshmallow, and a planet?
What?
S'mores, not s'mores, s'mores.
Smart.
The Mars bar.
Anyway, super cool space facts. I don't know what that has to do with facts, but
Awesome. That'd be fun. How thick is it?
it's a
Oh, it's a lot.
That's a lot of facts.
Yeah, 50 to 75 pages, I guess.
Awesome.
It says take an exciting fun fact journey through space. Super cool space facts is bursting with information about stormy planets, exploding stars, weird black holes, amazing landers, and more. Learning about space is now out of this world fun. Here you go.
That's fantastic.
It's done by Bruce Betts, who's a PhD and a planetary scientist who loves teaching people about planets. There you go.
Oh.
Valued at $14 each one of these. So we're going to draw for two of those right now. They're still the 11 to 14 year olds.
All right.
And so who's going to make the draw for the 11 to 14 year olds? Let me just pull up. Oh, more. Okay. Oh,
There you go.
awesome. Okay. So the first book, I'm going to go to Addie. Addie. Hey, Addie.
Hey, Eddie. Awesome.
11-year-old Addie. Get that one.
Yeah.
You'll be keeping people interested for a long time.
Absolutely. Okay, one more prize for that part until we get to the big prize, the grand prize tonight, which is going to be the big telescope. All right, one more draw for somebody over here. Who's going to do it? Curt?
Kurt's got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're 9 o'clock.
I'm getting tired.
Drag on just for a minute or so. Unless maybe we should stop the show tonight because it's 9 o'clock and we'll do the draw next. Now, nice try.
We're close enough.
Melody.
Melody.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Awesome. Okay, so that's our show for this evening. No,
Hey.
no, I can't say that. All right, let me get these out of the way.
I want to see who's going to win that big telescope.
So now we're going to introduce somebody to astronomy. A brand new astronomer is coming tonight, courtesy of all of you again who have made
Need
the
a bigger
donation.
piece of paper.
Okay. Yeah. So what are we offering? We're offering this guy right here. If I can get it in the picture. Come on. There it is.
There it is.
There you go.
ISS 102.
Sky
Tell us a little
system.
bit about it, Chris.
Huh?
Tell us a little bit about that
Yeah,
scope.
okay. So it's a 102 refractor style telescope. It has a nice mount, a beefy mount that goes with it to keep it from shaking. A refractor telescope with a couple of eyepieces. It also has a location on the telescope where you can mount a phone. And when you do that, you can actually download an app. Why can't I get this in the shot? There it is.
Almost.
Almost. I wish I could turn off my camera, but I can't.
Try tilting it backwards or forwards. But the other way.
Get a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like you you keep disappearing.
I should just brought up a picture of it.
Anyway, so it comes with it has an app.
It comes with an app. Let me hang on a second. Just bear with me just for a second. Because I want to kind of give the full
Yeah, it'd
shot.
be nice to see what that scope is.
Yeah. If we can get it here. Might have it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Want to see it?
Huh?
I got it up here if you want to see
Have you
it.
got it? Okay, yeah. Bring it up, Mike.
Should
There
be
you go.
up on the
Thank
screen
you.
there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it there.
Wow.
Geographic. Yeah, it's sold out. It actually was when I bought it, it was $375 plus taxes and shipping.
Now it's gone up.
Now it's gone up a bit, yeah. But it has the Sky Assist, and it's got a lot of good reviews on it. There is a spot on the top there where Mike shows where you can actually mount the cell phone to it, and it'll give you information on targets.
Look at the finder. It's got a cool finder.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Nice red dot finder.
Yeah,
Couple
it's
of
way better
pieces.
than yeah, that's
10
wonderful.
and a 25 millimeter eyepiece.
Slow motion controls.
Slow motion controls. The mount is fairly beefy. It's a 102 version, so it's a fairly. Then you can see there where a phone is mounted into the adapter,
Yes, sir.
which helps guide your way across the sky. You can
That's
do reviews on YouTube and stuff on it. It is made by Explorer Scientific, I believe, which is one of the top brand names of telescopes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
That's
No
a nice
problem.
aperture, 102
So this is going to get
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's 4-inch app. So that's going to get somebody started well into the hobby, and you can use that for planetary viewing, for deep sky viewing. Easy to use, all manual. So you need to learn the sky to make it happen. But I got a winner sitting in here.
Yeah. You can
For
even
our
use that
next,
for terrestrial, you know.
Yeah.
You're out at the lake and you want to see what that big bear or whatever is chasing someone down the
Yep,
road.
it's not going to be an upside down view. It's going to be just left to right flipped on you when you're looking at something. But so you
Yeah.
can in the daytime as well. And I want to hear about the stories about it. But
Yeah.
Not only is it a 102 millimeter aperture, but it's a 660 millimeter focal length.
Oh, wow.
awesome,
That
yeah,
puts it-
so
Nice range.
that nice
It is.
F5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the draw. I'll do it then, I guess.
Yes, you do it.
For the telescope. Who's going to be our newest astronomer? Newest astronomer is Leo.
Leo,
Leo, yay.
He's 13 years old.
not Orion, not Pisces, but Leo.
Leo,
Yes,
my favorite constellation.
You can look at the Leo triplet.
yes, that's right. Oh, that's a doublet.
That's doublet.
It's a Leo doublet.
So that's going to be our draws for tonight. I hope I did draw everything. Yeah, I drew the other. Great. I hope everybody enjoyed entering the contest. It was a lot of fun for me to offer. I say over 200 entries for kids, and almost 30 entries for the 11 to 14-year-olds. I love the idea of having them do a drawing because it gets their heart into it, not just taking a picture, right? So maybe we'll do another contest again in the fall when we get around a nice new moon or something like that, or full moon cycle. So thanks everybody for entering. Thanks for the contest entries, and thank you for helping me support this contest to give these prizes out to kids.
And
It's all about
congratulations to the winners.
interested in astronomy. Congratulations to all the winners. Yes, I will be in touch with all the winners very soon. Okay, so I think we just need to close out our show, do we not? Oh,
That's kind
not
of
with
it.
that though. Huh? You don't do it yet. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
And that's what happens live.
I'm hearing things now.
In this time, maybe we can get it this time. Can we get it here? No, okay.
So don't forget to go out and have a look at those Lyrids sometimes around 2 or 3 in the morning, I guess, Curt, eh?
Yeah, peak around 4 our time.
Oh, that's when the peak is, but you'll see them before and after.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so congratulations again to all the winners. Thank you for entering, and we're going to call that our show for this evening. So we hope you enjoyed the program tonight. Special thanks to Curt for joining us again this evening. Thanks, Curt.
My pleasure. It's been quite a draw.
Yeah, I had to leave it on that, but I expected it.
Let's draw to a close.
Okay, we hope you enjoyed the program tonight. Special thanks also goes out to Rosanna for this fun fact again. Rosanna, really interesting topic there tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. And also to all of you who share our program out there for us. We had like 75 shares before we went live tonight, so that's great. Please do send in your photos. We love getting them. So send them into Sunday Night Astronomy Show. No, I'm sorry, Astronomy by the Bay at gmail.com. And we'll be happy to share them on our next broadcast. Maybe that's where they're going. I'm not getting them. Special thanks goes out to our friends too at Rogers for joining us again this evening. So until next week, everybody, wishing you all clear skies. As we like to say, open your eyes to view the skies and keep your scopes.
Point it up.
Good night, everyone. Hey, up, up, up.